I want to move on. I want to move on to our streaming section. The last bit of news here, Mike, you can mention it in the streaming section. And we'll talk about quarterbacks that we like this week. We'll try to set you up with a streamer and somebody that can get you some points.
Full stream ahead.
All right. So quarterbacks this week that you're willing to put your neck on the line with, guys that you're willing to start in your fantasy leagues. This is crunch time. We play to win the game.
Playoffs.
So the bit of news, he's not our streamer, but Tony Romo's still available in 25% of leagues.
Yeah.
Somehow, according to our stats. I don't know if like
in ESPN
10%
leagues,
of those leagues are just completely ignored leagues, and so the numbers are a little bit inflated. But that's a large he's there for somebody.
pick him up.
So are you dropping him in our league?
Yeah, probably.
So there you
well,
go.
no. I think if I have to drop either Tony Romo or Eli Manning in our league, I'm going to drop Eli Manning because the only weeks I care about now that I've locked up my bye week for the first round of the playoffs is 15 and 16, and Eli has terrible matchups. So.
Okay, so let's kick it off. Mike, I see the name next to your name, and I have to start with you because
I love it.
Well,
this is who I would
of
pick.
course you do. We'll talk about it. Go ahead.
I'm going with Brian Hoyer. He has been cleared to play, and he is going to play. I don't know what that hand motion.
Oh, it was this. It was this.
Oh, are you farting on Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
There's got to be a water bet here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so Hoyer's taking on New Orleans. I believe what Andy's referring to is that Rob Ryan was released of duties.
Have you seen the Rob Ryan quotes? The Rob Ryan quotes are amazing.
Yes, he is.
Where he said they're blaming Katrina on him now.
Yeah, he is. He's an interesting fella.
He said that they are ranked 33rd in the league in defense out of 32 teams, so someone had to go.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And why I don't think that will matter is because it's still the same defensive players. I just don't think changing the scheme with they did have a bye week. I'll give them that. But I think Brian Hoyer and the Texans are really heating up. DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, Hoyer has been out.
He missed a week.
Okay. A week and a half of a game. I don't think. Okay. Go ahead. We got to bet something.
It was a concussion. It wasn't like a shoulder. That
when he
he's
said
coming
he's
back
heating
from.
up,
I said the Texans are heating up.
Yeah.
If you would take the wax out your ears.
you said Hoyer and the Texans.
Okay. Hoyer and the Texans are heating up. I will stand by this. I will stand by the statement.
Water bet you said it wrong.
I like the pick personally because New Orleans defense has been so bad that if they come out of the bye and are playing better, more motivated by a new defensive coordinator, they might just be bad instead of
terrible.
So bad. And Hoyer has put up decent fantasy games, even in games where he has not been a great NFL quarterback.
I won't water bet you.
2 touchdowns.
No, I will not water bet that. And I was
12?
about to say I'm not going to water bet it because they can't run the ball. And so if they score, I think they're going to score a couple touchdowns.
So then you
and they'll
agree
probably
with this
go with
pick.
Hoyer. So
So that sounds like I made a good streaming pick.
Yes, it does.
yeah,
All right. I'll go next.
It's fine. It's fine.
Since we are recording this on a Tuesday, I'm going to tie this to Alshon Jeffery's health. I think he'll be back. It was a terrible matchup this last week in cold weather. It's Jay Cutler, my last week's sit of the week, who has been playing fantastic. I really, really like every single thing I've seen Jay Cutler do this year. I think he's a good quarterback right now, and he's
like everything you've seen him do.
Literally almost every single thing I've seen him do.
All right.
Even this last week, I thought he played okay football. His turnovers were truly not his fault. They were, a crazy guy coming in, breaking the line behind him, pops the ball up, and an offense or a defensive lineman caught the ball backwards, just fell into his hand. That's his interception. And, the reason I had him as a sit of the week was extreme cold weather. The Broncos.
He's going to play Green Bay.
No, I know. But he's coming off of the Broncos pass rush, the Broncos secondary, the Broncos weather. So all of those things this week I think get a little bit easier for him. I believe that this is a higher scoring game. Vegas has this as a 47-point spread, which is the second highest of the week. Not a lot of high Vegas odds this week. So I think Jay Cutler, he's been playing great, but I am hitching this to Alshon Jeffery's health. If Alshon is out there, I think he's going to have a fine week. I'd be happy to start him.
I'm going to go with Marcus Mariota. And Mariota's been a quarterback 2, right? Like a 2-quarterback league type of guy this season. And he's had 3 or 4 games that have been kind of great performances, ones you can rely on. If Kendall Wright's back,
it's a big help.
And Mariota's at home against Oakland. Oakland is one of the worst teams in the league in giving up points to quarterbacks. They've been a little bit better lately. But I think Mariota's a guy that you can stream and has a pretty safe baseline. He's been playing well, okay? They were in the lead up until 3 minutes left in a special teams failure last game. It wasn't a pretty game. I'm not saying it was. But Delaney Walker, Kendall Wright, and Dorial Green-Beckham can get it done for Mariota. A couple touchdowns, some yards on the ground, and maybe you'll get a third one in there.
Yeah.
So
Kendall Wright makes a big difference to him.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm sorry, Mike. I want to apologize for the Brian Hoyer. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't like the whole piece of Hoyer coming back off of this injury, and it's not like, I guess he's had a couple stream-worthy games. So I'll let you sit with Hoyer.
He absolutely has had some stream-worthy.
Right.
Yeah, before he went out in our scoring format, 6 point per touchdowns, he had a 4-week stretch, 28 fantasy points, 33, 27, and 25. So
that's pretty good.
All good.
All right.
And what was the bad game? Who was that against? But not the concussion game.
The Cincinnati game? Isn't that when he got the
he was bad against Cleveland, right?
Cleveland. No.
No. Cleveland was.
He hasn't had a bad game.
Yeah, never mind.
His bad game was week 1. Week 1 when he was benched.
Never mind. I stand by it.
Let me ask you this, Jason. Where are you going to have DeAndre Hopkins rated this week?
Number 1. He's the best.
Well, based on your matchup polarization, I think that you'd rank him higher than 1 in some way.
Yeah, he's going to be 0.
You really, I think you might. Didn't you say yesterday at lunch you want to just find the quarterback playing New Orleans and stream them the rest of the year?
Yeah, and that's why Mike got in Hoyer as his pick before me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he would have been my pick. And honestly, if you're listening and you've got Jay Cutler and Brian Hoyer, my own personal vote would be for Brian Hoyer. So,
all right, we'll be back tomorrow with our jumbo-sized 2-pack show. Probably, I don't know how long it'll be, but we're going to get everything in, all the matchups. We're going to get your starts, your sits, all the news, breaking information. Hopefully we have some news on Lynch, got news on maybe Amendola's situation, and we'll break it all to you. We'll be on Twitter at the FF Ballers sharing that news as well. You got anything to add, Mike? You look like you have something to say.
I'm going to bring snacks for tomorrow's show. I got to keep my blood sugar up.
Because it's going to go so long?
Yeah.
I've got a lot of double stuffed Oreos right behind that wall.
That's true. You do.
That's true.
And Mike's wearing our Fantasy Footballers Back to the Future shirts.
Yeah.
So those of you that ordered those have received them, and we've seen a few tweets.
Don't forget. I can't hit the high note. Mike, you got to do the music stuff. Where you at? But that
was Mike's mouth trumpet. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome.
For all you Star Wars lovers,
Nobody has any idea what we're talking about at this
Foot
point.
Clan lovers, we have, we like to make pop culture shirts that are that we would wear in public, that you would wear, that
with your thong.
Yes, with your thong. So check it out on the website. We've got a new shirt up for the upcoming release of The Force Awakens. It's the Foot Clan Awakens shirt. Go get it.
Do they know how?
You just go to the website, click the shirts on the very tip-top of the page.
Tip-top-a-da?
Tip-top-a-da, and you're good.
The Fantasy Footballer shirt and then thong combo is really,
yeah,
it's solid for the holidays.
It's a package deal.
That's all there is. A package deal?
Yep. Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Big show tomorrow.
I'll
I'll bring
talk
the
to you
butter.
tomorrow. All right. I'm sure you will.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter at the FF Ballers.